Good evening and welcome to the City of Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals for May 30th, 2019. Just a reminder, if you wish to speak on behalf or against a petition or speak on behalf of a petition, please come to the podium and sign your name and address for the record. And please either turn off your cell phone or put it on vibrate. First business for us under new business, ZB-2019-22, a variance. The applicant is Andrea Tharp, property located at 69 Plain Street. The applicant is seeking the variance approval for a property located at 69 Plain Street in the Regional Retail Zoning District. The applicant proposes to add a hair salon consisting of approximately 265 square foot on the first floor of the property. The applicant is seeking a parking variance under section 6.1.4 and any other relief required of the Lowell zoning ordinance. Good evening, Councilor.
Thank you, Chairman Peck, members of the board. Good evening. For the record, my name is Attorney Stephen Geary from Geary & Geary at 32 Church Street here in Lowell, Mass., and I represent Adriana Tharp and her husband Joe, who are behind me, in this very straightforward petition for a variance for parking. The applicant currently owns 69 Plain Street. If you've read the narrative, you'll know that that is a partial residential and retail district, and that's exactly what they have there, partially residential and partially retail. They wish to add a very small 265 square foot salon area with about 2 chairs to maximize the business use in that area, which is very similar to all of the other businesses on that street. And to do that, they need to seek a parking variance. They think they have enough parking there within front and around the side, but specifically by the criteria, they do need 4 spots, and technically, they only have 1. What they have done as just a safety is they have entered into a lease for 3 spots across the street, which is about 500 feet away. So now they have 4 spots, 3 under lease that can be renewed each year, and it's the property that has expansive parking area just beyond McDonald's. So they meet all the criteria. The surrounding area of this project consists of a mix of residential and retail uses. It's directly across from the McDonald's that you see there, so clearly it's not going to have any detrimental effect on the neighborhood. It certainly would have a positive effect on the city because although it's a very small expansion of the use, it is an expansion of the use and will derive more income, and it will help a small businessman in Lowell who's small business woman in Lowell who's been working in that site for over a year and doing very well. Their tenant who lives there is completely on board with this. In fact, he might be involved in some of the renovations. But this, not only does it have any negative detrimental effect on the surrounding area, due to the exact size, lot, and shape of this location, it meets the criteria for a variance, because without that, they would suffer a severe hardship. And if you look at the north side of the street where McDonald's and the other areas are, that's all flat, expansive area. On their side, it abuts the connector and goes kind of up gradient on the hill. So all of their parking is limited on that side. So they just wish to use the maximum amount of retail business that they can there, which they have a right to do, so long as they have a variance for the parking. And initially, we were coming before this board for a variance without a lease, but they were able to get the lease, and they just thought that that would be easier. That's where they intend on putting, for the most part, their employees, and then leave the parking for the residential area. And they don't expect to have a lot of people going there at the same time. It's a beauty salon. It's going to do strictly hair. So it will be by appointment only. So people will have appointments, and to the extent that there are any walk-ins, that would only be somebody walking in usually when somebody's not there. So it does meet all the criteria. As far as exhibits, you do have the lease, and if you don't, I can give you a copy of it, but everybody should have the lease. Everybody should have the plan that was amended that shows exactly what's happening in this project that's within the footprint, and just a very small renovation on the interior is what they plan on doing. I think the city has just made some notes on their narrative, and There's nothing there that indicates anything negative. And, you know, I see this as a good thing for the city and a good thing for my client and her husband, who have had no issues at all, no negative issues at that location, and they wish to expand it a little, and I think this is a good project that happens to meet all the criteria. Just under 6.1.4 of the parking code, we do need to seek this variance. So respectfully ask that you would grant it. We're happy to answer any questions about the project you might have, but again, as I said, it's very straightforward.
Thank you, Mr. Gary. Thank you for that summary and a narrative of the applicant. Now we're going to open up to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? In favor? In favor? Hearing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? In opposition? In opposition? Seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is being closed. I'm going to open up to the board. The chair recognizes Mr. Jimeno.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, actually, I'm also on board. I think it's a nice business. I went there actually, and I was able to talk to some of your neighbors. I think Tony and Lee. I think they like the idea, so I think it's a good thing. You know?
Yeah.
The only thing is, of course, I hope your customers will not fight for parking spots. You know, especially you have McDonald's, you have Walgreens over there, you have barber shops next door. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jimeno. The chair recognizes Mr. Breer.
I agree with Attorney Geary's assessment of the petition. It's very straightforward, and as a result, the parking relief should be granted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Breer. The chair recognizes Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Attorney Geary, for providing that information. My concern, I was going to have some questions about the business itself regarding the hair salon, but knowing it's by appointment only, and I didn't. My questions were going to be geared towards that, as to see if there were going to be any instances where parking is going to become a problem. Certainly, it's probably not, especially if the business is going to be by appointment only. But I agree with you that all the other criteria, it appears all the other criteria are met with regards to the variance, and your client does have a special hardship, so I'm in favor of this, and I wish you and your client the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Callahan. Mr. Gary, I do agree with my colleagues. I think this is a great site, a great location for this business. You know, it's that third corridor or that district where there's a mix of use of retail and residential use. You know, I feel since you have that one spot on site plus the 3 spots you lease, I think you meet the parking relief, in my opinion. And again, you know, I think this business will do well in Lowell. We hope we do well. Like my colleague said, I do wish Ms. Tharp and her husband the best of luck in this endeavor. Thank you for...
Thank you. Can I clarify one thing? I said by appointment only, and that's the plan, is that people would call and make an appointment. I think what I probably should have said, to be more accurate, is that they're going to encourage appointments, but if somebody walks in and there's nobody there, they're not going to turn them away. So I don't want that as a condition. I just wanted to clarify that.
Of course, that makes total sense to me, Mr. Gary. So seeing no other comments from my colleagues, we're going to have a motion for this variance.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, on ZB 2019-22 for 69 Plain Street, I'd like to make a motion for a parking variance under section 6.1.4.
Second.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Vice Chairman Peck,
Approve?
Member Callahan,
Approved?
Member Briere,
Approval.
Member Jimeno.
Approve.
Mr. Gary, you've been approved. Wish you and your client the best of luck.
Thank you.
for coming
Thank
out
you, Chairman Peck. Thank you, gentlemen.
tonight. The next item on our agenda under new business, ZB-2019-23, is a special permit variance. The applicant is Barlow Signs Therafit Physical Therapy, located at 176 Walker Street. The applicant is seeking special permit variance approval to install internally illuminated signage for Therafit Physical Therapy located at 176 Walker Street. The property is in the light industrial manufacturing and storage zoning district. The applicant needs special permit approval and a variance under section 6.3 and any other relief required of the Lowell zoning ordinance. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Michael Brewster. I'm with Barlow Signs. Yes, we're seeking a special permit for the lighting aspect for an internally illuminated sign and then a variance for square footage. This particular tenant does not have frontage on the main road, so their entrance is actually on the side of the building. And right now, there's no direction as to where their actual facility is. There's a non-illuminated sign that's mounted on the building, makes it look almost like they're temporarily there. This signage is to give them a more permanent look, as well as to help facilitate people to know that that's where they're located, because where they're at, you can actually see when you pull into the parking lot, you can see that side of the building. So this will help facilitate traffic towards their facility for everyone that's looking to go there.
Okay, thank you so much for that narrative. Now we're going to open up the hearing to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? In favor? In favor, hearing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? In opposition, in opposition, seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. We're going to open up comments to the board. The chair recognizes Mr. Jimeno.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, so where are you going to put the signage? Is it part of the property or is far away from?
Where the sign's going is actually right where their facility is.
Okay,
They have
so-
a temporary, they have a dishpan there now, or a non-illuminated aluminum sign.
Yeah.
We're taking that sign down and installing a new set of facelit channel letters right there.
Okay, all
And it's
right.
where their space is. It's right next to their actual entrance.
Okay, all right, well, that's fine by me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jimeno. The chair recognizes Mr. Breer.
I think it's a great-looking sign. I really do. I think it's going to look neat. Just one question. What are the hours of illumination?
So, sorry, my name's Darren McCarthy, I own Therafit. I was thinking probably till about 10 o'clock at night, we're open till 8 PM. Currently, there's lights on the side of the building that are on there all night long anyway, like safety lights, but this sign I'd only have on till probably 10 o'clock at night, where we typically close around 8, mainly just so, especially in the winter when it gets dark early, so people, when they come in the parking lot after 5, they can see that we're on the side of the building, and they constantly aren't going over to Mammoth Fire Alarms and going through their entrance and, you know, having to walk around and stuff. So probably after 10, I probably wouldn't want to have the sign lit up anyway, because I wouldn't want to, you know, there's no need for us really to have it lit up after that. I mean, with regards to, you know, customers seeing it, so probably just a few hours after the business closes.
No, I'm happy to help you out with this petition. And as a side note, you take excellent care of that building and the surrounding property.
Great, thank
Really
you.
makes the area look great.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Breer. The chair recognizes Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make sure, I mean, you'd be okay with the condition that if we approve it, to have a condition that the lighting needs to be off by 10 o'clock every single night, right?
Yep.
Okay, just want to clarify that, so. But yeah, it's a very great, very well put together design for the sign, and I don't think it will be detrimental to the neighborhood. I guess the one question we have, which is the, I guess, $64,000 question when we have these signs, LED lighting?
Correct.
Okay.
All of our signs we do are LED lit.
Okay, just want to make sure of that too, because there are a lot of people on the board that are really want to make sure that that's the case too.
Yes, it is LED illuminated.
Okay, great. No, I have no further question or comments. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Callahan. I agree with my colleagues. I think this is a good-looking sign, good-looking building. Thank you for opening your business, operating in Lowell. We do appreciate it. So I have no concerns myself. And you're amenable or okay to the condition that the sign has to be shut off at 10 p.m.?
Yep.
Okay.
In speaking with the electrician, he's going to do a timer so that it automatically shuts off at a certain hour. We just set it, so to go on and off at a certain hour, so.
I was actually going to say dusk to 10 p.m., I guess, would be be the condition, so.
Okay. Perfect. Any other comments from the board? All right, seeing none. Can we have a motion with that condition as well, please?
So we got two votes, we got a special permit and a variance. So the condition for both will be that the illumination, hours of illumination are dusk to 10 PM. So with that, through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion on ZB 2019-23 for a special permit for Barlow 176 Walker Street, Therafit Physical Therapy for illuminated light.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vice Chairman Peck,
Approve of conditions.
Member Callahan,
Approve with condition.
Member Briere,
Approve the conditions.
Member Gemina.
Approve with condition.
And again,
You've been approved for the special permit. Now we're going to go on to the variance vote.
through you, Mr. Chairman, on ZB 2019-23 for 176 Walker Street, I'd like to make a motion for a variance under section 6.3 with regards to the, with the previously mentioned condition.
Can I have a second, please, to the motion?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice Chairman Peck,
Approve of conditions.
Member Callahan,
Approve with conditions.
Member Briere,
Approve the conditions.
Member Gemina.
Approve with conditions.
You've been approved of conditions. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you for coming out. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Under other business, we have minutes for approval from May 13th. Any comments from the minutes of May 13th from any of the members?
Yeah,
Mr. Jimena, go ahead, sir.
I just want to abstain since I was not here.
If, Mr. Alves, to you, sir, if Mr. Jimena abstains, should we just continue that to the next meeting, just so we have a quorum? All right. Seeing as one member is abstaining from the minutes for approval from May 13th, we're gonna continue that matter to our next meeting, public hearing. All right, seeing no other business, can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Can we have a second, please?
Second.
I second.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. All right, the ayes have it. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Go Bruins.